For those of you who came a little late, my name is Ismail Azbek again. I'm the Public Works Director for Richland County. What I'm planning to do, hopefully, if this thing cooperates with me, I'm going to give you an overview of what Public Works Department does, what kind of services we provide, how we are organized. We are one of the largest, if not after the Sheriff's Department, largest department in the county, and uniquely qualified as where rubber meets the road. Literally, we do the roads, we do stormwater. This is where you get your money's worth back out. Unlike the tax assessor's office and unlike the other services you have to pay the county, we're hoping to give you your money's worth back. Before I started, let me go ahead and get this where this accent is coming from. I've been working on this 36 years, and it ain't going to get any better than this. So get used to it. Probably by the end of the presentation, you'll. I don't know if any of you had any idea where it might be coming from. It's pretty unique. I'm from Turkey originally. Me and my wife finished all our schooling and finished college in civil engineering. I'm one of 4 civil engineer brothers. And then we moved here because my older brother was over here, and learned language and culture and more engineering. And then another year since 1979. We've been here 36 years. So that's where I would just want to get that thing over with. Please, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I don't mind repeating. And the other thing is, please stop me. I have about, I believe, 40 slides, but they are really short slides, lots of pictures on it. I'm just going to go pretty fast. As you are going to see later in the presentation how we are organized. I believe, how many of you saw a presentation on the stormwater? NPDES, water quality. I think that was last week. Okay. And you're going to see another. That's one of my divisions. It's called the Stormwater Division. Another one you're going to see, I believe, on Monday is going to be flood. I know so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on stormwater and the floodplain management. Those are also all organized under Public Works Department. Briefly, just like the airport, all our departments, we do have missions. I'll summarize our mission. At least my mission is to provide the citizens the best infrastructure, best service at the fastest, most quality for the least cost to the taxpayers. So it's hard to juggle all that stuff, but we are doing our best. And again, during this flood, as some of you are intimately involved in it, we've seen all that efficiency. And that's our mission. Public Works, in general, throughout the states, they provide infrastructure, water, sewer, roads. Some of them provide sanitary sewer, some do solid waste. A variety, but the most common denominator is transportation, potholes, drainage, water, and flood. And my background is, out of the 36 years, 2/3 of my career was in private consulting business, all related to development. It's commercial, industrial, residential, shopping centers, roads, bridges, you name it. It's all the things you don't see below ground most of the time, other than the structures. And what I learned all that is the most important ended up to be the stormwater. My specialty is stormwater, floodplains, hydrology, hydraulics. And I'm not going to get into too much detail into that, but later on you're going to get a lot of flood. As I told you, we have about one of the largest departments. I have 102 employee positions. And in order, obviously, to provide you the most efficient service, we had to break it up into smaller manageable divisions so that we can give you the most bang for your buck. As an overview, we have 5 divisions. Administration, being a large department, you have to have payroll, you have to have human resources, budget, customer service. Some of you may know Ombudsman or One Stop, you might call it. And we respond to about anywhere 200 to 500 service requests per week. And during the flood, that went up to in the thousands in the last 5 months. Engineering department is providing our transportation, surveying, GIS, right away. This is the engineering internal to our projects. Could be a road, it could be cleaning up a ditch or what have you. And we have 9 positions. And floodplain management, and it will be 2 soon. We had 1 employee, and she's been working overtime, as you might imagine. Andrea Balling. I'll just plug in for Andrea. She was just announced the floodplain manager of the year for the whole South Carolina. She received the award, yeah. And I know some of you know her real well, and I think she goes well above and beyond anybody can humanly go. And again, you'll see her, I believe, on Monday. Beverly, is that correct? Yes, she will give you a good presentation.
When they have these titles,
right.
What courses do they take? I mean, are there certain courses they can take to have the title?
Absolutely, yes. In order to get engineering, yeah, you have to have certain certifications, certain education. Floodplain management, for example, Miss Bowling. Yeah, she's a certified floodplain manager. In addition to that, she's a professional engineer, a PE certification. That's the highest certification as an engineer.
Are there certain colleges or universities that are more notable for those areas? Or
Yeah.
kind of all over the place?
Well, I mean, from here, Clemson and Carolina are feeding, and also Midlands Technical College provides us a lot of technicians and technical skilled employees. They do have 2-year engineering tech programs, extremely useful. And please, again, stop me during the presentation. We are going to get into more detail in each of those divisions. New development. That we are also reviewing engineering plans for all those subdivisions, shopping centers, commercial industrial projects for compliance if they are meeting the code. And once they meet all our rules and regulations and ordinances, we also inspect all those construction projects and make sure it meets all our standards before we take over those roads. And later on, I'm not going to spend too much on transportation and road, because that's Rob Perry just walked in, our transportation director. He is going to get you your money's worth on your penny's worth, I should say, I guess, and also get into more detail in that area. What we do is maintenance. They are going to turn all over all those nice roads and pavement over to me, and we're going to hopefully maintain them as good as we can. And stormwater management, roads and drainage, that's the last but not the least. We have 63 positions. More than half of my staff is in that roads and drainage area. That is the maintenance. That's where I told you where the rubber meets the road, your potholes, your drainage, your erosion control. We have a sign shop, all the street signs and stop sign, everything you see, we manufacture, we build those ourselves. And of course we have public outreach. I just want to give you a quick overview, and then I'm going to pretty much whiz through all that. Again, engineering, new development, floodplain, stormwater management. As far as we broke it down so that we would give you more details in a larger setting, but today we have 3 speakers. I'm not going to bore you with numbers and budgets. I'd like to tell you where we are located. All those three services, administration, roads and drainage, and engineering, we work out of our 400 Powell Road campus. That's our main campus. I don't know if any of you are familiar with 400 Powell Road. Okay. We have a nice lake and you can come and fish, a nice walking trail. That's where we keep our heavy equipment, dump trucks and graders and that. Most of our roads and drainage people are there. And also we broke up the county into three areas. Up north in Ballantyne, we have a Ballantyne camp. And down in lower Richland, Eastover area, we have another camp, which is off of Chain Gang Road. And I can imagine where that name came from. And that was Chain Gang. That's how the roads used to be maintained and built. Long time ago, probably that's where the camp was back then, and we still keep a camp. I'll just pass through these engineering services. Say that again.
You got Valentine, Lower Richmond, and what's the third?
The third one is right in the middle. That's our 400 Powell Road,
Okay, so
which is what we are. That's the middle here, all three. So each of them are staffed. Each camp is. Well, again, when you talk about roads, so you can't obviously skip sidewalks and ramps and anything that goes with that. We have a survey. We have our own survey department. And anything related to interaction with South Carolina DOT when we need an encroachment permit or when we need to do our own projects. So we do our surveys and then design and have the state-of-the-art software, hardware, AutoCAD. So we are fully capable of developing our own set of construction plans. And some of you may be interested in traffic safety issues, traffic calming or reduction of what we call speed bumps, speed humps, and reduced speed limits. In coordination with the Sheriff's Department, we try to obviously slow down people for safety reasons. These are all still, I'm sorry, I think I'm get in the wrong direction. Okay. Again, before we take over all the new roads, currently we do have about 563 miles of paved county roads that we are maintaining, and about, I think, 220 or so miles of dirt roads. So every year, by way of subdivisions, or in this case, Penny is also adding to our paved road inventory. So I believe last year we paved about 8 miles. Well, I think there's half of it is paved roads coming from Penny, and 5 or 6 miles new subdivisions, new development coming into the system. And we won't take over any of those roads until they meet all our requirements. Floodplain management, and soon to be 2-person, and you're going to hear on Monday. I'm going to skip stormwater also. Stormwater is another large division that started, I'd say, about 15, 20 years ago, mandated by EPA. EPA mandated those new stormwater quality standards down to DHEC, to the states, and DHEC delegated the authority for stormwater quality issues to the counties, municipalities, towns, and cities.
On the floodplain, do they try to build the roads certain ways so it helps decrease the flooding, or build structures, physical, not buildings, but dirt things or whatever to?
Yes, well, I guess we are going to rethink all what our standards used to be. So we're going to show like BC, before Christ, after Christ, and we're going to do it before the big one, after the big one, as far as our flood. We are looking into all of those. It's a double-edged sword. Until this flood, I mean, there's unfortunate. It's such a destruction. So many people lost their homes, and at the same time, going forward, this opened up the people's eyes and minds what could happen. Most of the time, we were spending most of our time trying to explain to people we are in the floodplain. This could happen one day. I said, no, it's never happened 30 years. We've been here for 50 years. And I think people are thinking quite different. So new regulations are definitely coming. And again, these are the ones that you've probably got more detailed last week. If you have any further questions, please feel free to stop me and I can answer your questions. Beverly, how are we doing in time? Okay. And obviously, not just stormwater quality, we have stormwater quality, detention ponds, and we try to keep them maintained as well as possible. Roads and drainage, that is our biggest area. That's the figure you see, our current budget, 6 million plus just for that division, roads and drainage. Does not include our capital projects, which could be 10 to 15 million on top of those. That's, again, Ballantyne is on Bickley Road and Eastover, Changan. That's, I'll just flip through. There you go. That's the maintenance on 563 CENTERLINE miles of paved roads. Oh, okay. We must have paved another 3 miles down to 217. I asked them to update this slide so that we'll give you the latest numbers. And in addition to unincorporated areas of the county, we provide services to these municipalities, Arcadia Lakes, Blythewood, Eastover, Forest Acres, and town of Irma. City of Columbia, even though it's in Richland County, they are on their own, so they do their own thing. We cooperate in many projects, but we don't assist them, or they don't assist us, other than they're just big enough and sophisticated enough. They have their engineering department, they have their own public works department. Unfortunately, most of those smaller townships do not have the technical personnel, and they pay taxes just like you do, so we provide them same services. And it's not just the pavement and asphalt that, or the potholes. We maintain the right-of-way, the vegetation, roadside ditches, and those are the crews. This is a back truck. It's this machine cost about $400,000. It's a glorified vacuum cleaner. Really, that's all it does. Just sucks up, and it can suck a person easily. I mean, it's just powerful, so that's why we pay $400,000 for it. So it opens up catch basins and pipes, and otherwise we can't do it manually. We have 2 of these machines. And again, signage. We have our own sign shop, and we do all our signage.
How would we
Well,
know?
yeah,
that,
go ahead.
In a particular part of Richland County, who maintains a particular road?
Very good
Is there
question.
a good
Yeah.
website or something?
It is on the website, but it is buried under so much, so you won't be. It's best thing, just call us, Public Works Department, and we have an index map, and we keep it up to date. So anything you see static, it's changing on a daily basis. And even the county lines and municipalities, and they keep, City of Columbia might be moving in, and as you know. So for the DOT roads, if a road has a number attached to it, right, Rob, that's a good giveaway. It's a Susquehanna DOT road. And obviously county lines, and there are private roads. And it is really hard to tell, so best way to do it, just call us. Go ahead.
Several years ago, almost 10, there was going to be an agreement, for example, in the Drexel Lakes area. I have a Chiltern Lane. A part of it is state, and the rest of it is county.
Yeah, we have lots of them, yeah.
So when I send a work order, I specify if it's a county, even if it's DOT, I send it to the county, so I get a work order, a follow-up number now.
Exactly.
They keep on fighting, but years back, you guys were gonna have some kind of agreement where, hey, you fix it, I will reimburse you later. Has that ever?
No, no. I think that it comes up every year. I don't see that happening anytime soon. There are so many of them. The best thing is just call the county. And what we do as a service to our citizens, we arrange it. We don't say, oh, call DOT, oh, call them. We literally call for you our ombudsman. We look it up. We find out who that road belongs to. We contact them. We tell you we did. And then we'll give you the name and contact person. And then you can follow through. Believe it or not, yesterday I got from Calhoun County, I got Lexington County. I'm in all those county. When you're at the edge, perimeter, yeah, it goes in and out. There is public, there is private, then DOT. It gets complicated. So call us, and we'll help you. And obviously,
Quick question.
Sure.
On that last slide there,
yeah,
road improvement.
right.
How many abandoned roads are there as opposed to private roads?
How many abandoned roads?
And
What do you mean?
How do you keep up with those for the sake of the public?
Okay. Well, repeat that question. Abandoned roads. We don't abandon roads. No. If it is ours, it's ours forever, unless you come to us. And there are a lot of private roads, dirt roads. These are in rural areas.
That's exactly what I'm
Is that what you're asking? Right. And they really, they don't want maintenance. They want to keep it rural. They want to keep it real narrow, and however they want to be. And there's a process for that. We can give it back, and with the agreement of all the property owners. All they have to do is sign a petition, and then we stop providing services on that road. We put a sign, end of county maintenance. It's still, those roads are already owned by you. We only have maintenance easement over them.
'Cause in
But if it is a
Richland-
county road, that's
Lower
different.
Richland, there's a lot of them
There's a lot of them, yes.
in which is a battle between private as well as county,
Right.
in which no one's claiming. So, but the public who stays around it is suffering. So I was wondering what category would they fall under?
Well, the best way to answer that is just call us. On a case-by-case basis, we'll evaluate it. If we have provided any service over the last 20 years or whatever, what is called a prescribed easement. Even though we don't own, county doesn't have right-of-way, they don't own it. By prescriptive easement, we will keep on maintaining that road.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay?
What is the number?
929, I'm sorry. The best number is the ombudsman. Write this down. That's the last slide that's going to come, you know.
Okay.
It's 929-6000. Well, it's in the back of my business card, so that's actually I handed out to everybody. Basically, we're talking about one-stop ombudsman phone calls. 2014, we had about 7,500 service calls. And last year, 2015, the number jumped to 8,500 calls. And the top number is the service calls we received for maintenance or whatever, and the bottom under service request completed. So out of 8,509 last year, we completed 8,372. So we are, you know, we are about, well, right now we are behind. We are behind, obviously. Any more questions? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming.